It's your girl Dosecity, and I'm back with another video. And if y'all want to get high, come roll with me, man. Now we here to speak about your boy 50 Cent and Ja Rule. After decades, bruh, is still going back and forth.
Now, when I see the things that he does, and he did the Irv smoking on there, I'm like,
how do you feel about that when you saw it?
Of course, nobody likes all this goofy shit, but it's goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm not. Preem said it best. I spoke to Preem the other day. Preem has always got the right words and shit and the right things to say. Cause I was hot. You know what I'm saying? I was hot. I was ready to go nuclear and shit. But I say, So I spoke to Preem anyway. And Preem said, he said, Rule. He said, here's what you gotta understand about who we are and what we are. He said, we are masters of self-defense. And I said, I love that. I said, because I don't want to start trouble, make trouble with people. But if we got to get into it, make it, I'll fucking end it. I'll put it to where it go. I'll take it to the next. So that's why I'm like, you know what? That is the best description of what I am and who I am as a man that I could ever think about. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who we are as men. Mm-hmm. We're here to protect our family, protect our homes, defend our honor, our names, our reputation. That's what we're here. I'm not here to be a bully and bother people. That's not what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? But I am a master of self-defense.
But in a way, you do have to understand why Fifth feels the way he feels, though, right? When you think about everything that y'all been through.
I really don't.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
The fighting, the shooting, the stabbing.
What shooting? We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Oh, well, never mind.
I know people like to say it. Yeah. That ain't got nothing to do with us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I know the reality of it all. You know what I'm saying? And that shit ain't got nothing to do with us. Mm-hmm. But I guess it's good for, people to play that when they want to play that, and then play victim when they want to play victim. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I leave it all alone. I live a really, really cool life. I'm in a good space. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, sometimes you just got to remove yourself from the circus. And that's what I've chosen to do. And so that's why I've been being real quiet.
50 basically was, making fun of Irv Gotti's passing, right? And Supreme's son came out and he was upset about it and all that. Now, this started a back and forth with 50, bruh. They're going back and forth. Now, 50 Cent basically called out Breakfast Club and said, the Breakfast Club should be ashamed of themselves. Asking questions perpetuates violence. This fool has been getting ready to go what he calls nuclear for 22 years. LOL, your man in my runs right now. So, it started this like back and forth, and it's like, it's kind of crazy because every time you even see Ja Rule says something about 50 or whatever, like, you have a lot of the fans, they feel like they're a part of it, and they're going back and forth like, oh, what does Ja Rule got to say? Like, a lot of people don't really realize, like, this dude Ja Rule was running New York for a while, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, as a fan, like, you shouldn't put yourself in the middle of their beef. Like, Charlemagne said, you should understand why 50 feels the way he feels. But, Ja Rule said, the shooting and stuff has nothing to do with us. Now, he said he spoke to Supreme. Everyone knows that Supreme and 50 got, like, actual beef in the streets, you know what I'm saying? So, everyone knows, like, there's a real situation because of the affiliation with Supreme. Ja Rule was affiliated with Supreme. So, when they were going back and forth, 50 made it his business to try to bury Ja Rule in his career, right? It got a little crazy though. So Ja Rule basically said at 50, until you do something to the niggas that shot you, you can't troll no more. Handle your business, chump. LMAO. Then he also said, N-word, you're a used car salesman. Everything you do is trash. Music, one good album. After that, trash, liquor, trash, TV shows. Yeah, I said it, trash. How many times you gonna make the same show that Coke stepped on, parenting, trash character, trash nigga, you the garbage man, right? He also said, "From now on, your man Boo Boo. That's what they called you on the streets, right? Laughing my ass out. Boo Boo the fool. 50 Cent is a street nigga from Brooklyn. You Boo Boo from Queens. MC Gusto CB4 ass nigga." So it started again. I think this is really big because let's be real, like the whole situation, the narrative is that 50 goes in on Jaru, like, never had any air to breathe, right? And now to see, Jaru kind of standing up for himself, and not to say he didn't do that before, but it's clear that he's standing up for himself. He's standing up for Irv Gotti. A lot of us felt like it was distasteful for 50 Cent to kind of like step on Irv's death the way that he did, but a lot of people also thought, these guys really had a real beef, right? So it's just kind of messed up. I think one of the biggest things that I liked what 50 Cent said was like, asking questions like this, saying, oh, the stabbing, the shooting, stuff like that, it is going to start up a whole another situation.
How do you even talk to Ja about her? Because I'm sitting here with you and I'm thinking to myself, how do you even talk to Ja about her? Because you and Irv clearly loved each other out loud, and people ask questions like, how did his passing make you feel? It's like, I don't even know if those are appropriate questions.
Yeah. Like I said, I go in and out. I'm very understanding of what life and death is. We're all born to die. One of those things he always used to say is, that is our destiny, but in the middle of that we live. JR, rest in peace to JR as well, JR and Lauren, and he always used to say, live the dash, because that's what they put on your tombstone from 19 whatever or whatever to, dash, whatever. So he always used to say, live the dash. That's just what it is. So I know that my brother he lived the dash, you know what I'm saying? He lived his life. And so I can be happy in knowing that, but I'm still hurt, by the way it all, just kind of happened so fast.
You regret not talking to your brother and being hard on your brother? Like, I was listening to Chris, Irv's brother, doing the conversation, and he was like, it was the lifestyle, and I tried to talk to him, but he was like, just Irv didn't listen. Do you wish you would have been more like, yo, bro, you got to do this. You got to go to the doctor, bro. You got to do this.
About Irv. Yeah, you can't. You're not telling Irv that. Y'all know Irv. When Irv got his money, he wanted something, he's going to be, I got the record. He ain't going to stop. And he's the same way with how he wanted to live his life. One of my last text to him was, yo, how you doing? You taking care of yourself? How's your health? You know what I mean? How you feeling? You know what I mean? When we ain't spoken, a couple of weeks or whatever. Yeah, I'm good. So that's Irv, and I'm happy to know that he lived his life the way he did. Frank Sinatra, I did it my way. So I'm happy in knowing that, But I am a little disappointed because I feel he could still be it.
What does that mean when you say it happened so fast? Like,
I felt he was getting better, and then it was one, something happened. I think he had like a mini stroke and went back to see the doctor, and then it just kind of, his health just started kind of deteriorating from there, and it just kind of happened fast. I was, and I'm like, God damn. But again, it puts things in perspective. It puts life in perspective.
Absolutely.
It puts health in perspective. It puts money in perspective. Like, we all out here chasing the money, to this, to that. But, I know it sounds like cliche shit or whatever, but money ain't nothing if your health ain't good. You can't enjoy it.
That's right.
What's the money? Your family can enjoy it. That's fine. You die. I guess. You get along knowing that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't enjoy it. If you're not in good health. So.
If you look in these comments, 50 Cent used to be the one that everybody kind of was on his side. A lot of people right now are very much, and he doesn't, this is not, 50 don't care about this. Like, I'm gonna be real, 50 don't care who's on his side, right? But a lot of people are starting to like change their energy when it comes down to 50 Cent. They're calling him corny. They're feeling like, he just does too much when it comes down to this. Everyone, he's laughing at everyone when they're in their downfall. He's just laughing at everybody. So people don't really like the bully, and that's what 50 was known as in the actual streets. He was the bully. But at the end of the day, man, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what y'all think at the end of the video. Let's get it. Let's
Ain't no way I'm gonna ride if the company fake. Smoking sun up till Sunday, cause I'm high as my fate. I'ma let them niggas sleep, that's their greatest mistake. You know God turned good into great.
I came in the game, made water, but my wave different. Neck causing insane difference. Wake up in the chain smoking. Tell me again, bully
Dose, motion detected.
I wanna pop it, Maserati. Homebound, bend about open parking. No contest to push it for me. I get busy, low key. Shooters know me. Losses moved only. My cousin upstate, so I got him. Look at New York, feeling like I made that of Gotham.
Lakewood means rewind, a gunshot means